In the mist-shrouded hollows of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a legend whispers through the trees and skims across the waters of the Ohio River. Here, in this quiet town, a shadow took flight in the late 1960s, a harbinger of dread with glowing red eyes and vast, dark wings. They call it the Mothman, a creature as enigmatic as it is terrifying. For those who claim to have seen it, the experience is etched into their memories, an indelible mark of the unexplainable. As we delve into the mysteries that cloak this spectral figure, we tread a path lined with fear, fascination, and the unyielding quest for answers. Join us as we seek to unravel the enigma of the Mothman, a story woven into the very fabric of this community, a tale that challenges the boundary between reality and the unknown. As the autumn leaves of 1966 whispered their final farewells, the town of Point Pleasant stood on the cusp of an eerie chapter in its history. It was on a chill November night that the Mothman first emerged from the shadows, igniting a firestorm of speculation and fear. The initial encounter, as recounted by startled witnesses, occurred near the forsaken expanse of the West Virginia Ordnance Works, an area known locally as the TNT area, a relic of World War II's munitions manufacturing past. Two young couples, out for an evening of innocent adventure, found themselves face to face with a vision so startling that it would forever alter the course of their lives. They described a figure of unnatural proportions, standing nearly 7 feet tall, with wings folded against its back. Its eyes, two glowing red orbs, seemed to pierce the darkness, fixating on the petrified onlookers. As they sped away in their vehicle, the creature unfurled its massive wings and took to the air, following them with an effortless silence that was as unsettling as the sight of the beast itself. In the days that followed, the atmosphere in Point Pleasant grew thick with tension. Whispers of the Mothman spread like ripples on the river, each new sighting adding to the mounting sense of dread. The local press, seizing upon the tale, gave the creature its now infamous moniker, and with each headline, the legend burrowed deeper into the psyche of the community. The Mothman was no longer just a fleeting apparition. It had become a specter of collective apprehension, a shared nightmare that lurked in the periphery of the town's consciousness. As we peel back the layers of these initial encounters, we confront not only the stark terror of the unknown, but also the indomitable human spirit that seeks to comprehend the incomprehensible. The story of the Mothman is as much about those who saw it as it is about the creature itself, a chronicle of the unshakable will to understand the mysteries that lie just beyond our grasp. As the tale of the Mothman unfurled like the dark wings of the creature itself, the descriptions offered by those who claimed to have witnessed it painted a chilling portrait of this enigmatic being. Eyewitness accounts converged on certain unsettling details. The Mothman, they said, stood with a towering presence, its height rivaling that of a man yet far surpassing human proportions. Its wings, vast and shrouded in the color of the night, could span the width of a road when fully extended, capable of launching the creature into a silent glide that defied the very laws of nature. The eyes of the Mothman, glowing red, became the most haunting feature in these testimonies. Described as luminescent, like the embers of a dying fire, they held an otherworldly quality that seemed to not only reflect light, but to project an ominous glow that could be seen at a considerable distance. Those who looked into these eyes reported an overwhelming sense of dread, a primal fear that gripped their very souls, leaving some with a haunting sensation that lingered long after the encounter. The psychological impact of these meetings with the Mothman was profound. Witnesses spoke of an inescapable feeling of being observed, a sense that the creature was not just a passive apparition, but an intelligent force, aware and possibly even understanding of the terror it invoked. As we delve deeper into the heart of these accounts, the Mothman emerges not just as a figure of folklore, but as a catalyst for our deepest fears, a mirror reflecting the eternal human struggle to make sense of the inexplicable. Beneath the veil of the Mothman's tale lies the rich tapestry of Point Pleasant's history, a backdrop that sets the stage for the legend's birth. This land whispers of ancient times, where Native American tribes revered the natural world, weaving their own lore into the fabric of the hills. The Battle of Point Pleasant, fought in 1774, marked these grounds with the echoes of conflict, a prelude to the American Revolution. It was here, at the confluence of the Ohio and Kanawha rivers, that cultures clashed and a new chapter in American history was penned. Some say the Mothman's emergence is a specter of this turbulent past, a phantom born from the soil steeped in blood and strife. As we gaze through the lens of history, we ponder whether the creature's sightings are a mere coincidence or if they are inextricably linked to the ancient and storied land of Point Pleasant. As the year 1967 drew to a close, the town of Point Pleasant was enveloped in the chill of an early winter. The community, still reeling from the unsettling encounters with the Mothman, could not have foreseen the tragedy that was about to unfold. On December 15th, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the Silver Bridge, an I-bar chain suspension bridge that had connected Point Pleasant to Gallipolis, Ohio since 1928, buckled and fell into the icy waters of the Ohio River. In a matter of moments, the structure that had stood as a symbol of human achievement and connection was reduced to twisted metal and broken lives. The collapse claimed 46 souls, a harrowing event that sent shockwaves through the heart of the community. The loss was immeasurable, the grief palpable in the frostbitten air. As the search for answers began, the investigations revealed a tale of overlooked flaws and neglected maintenance. The bridge, it was discovered, had fallen victim to a tiny defect in a single I-bar, a minute fracture that spelled catastrophe for the structure and those upon it. In the wake of the disaster, whispers began to weave the Mothman into the narrative of the Silver Bridge. Some speculated that the creature's appearances were a portent of the calamity, a warning from the unknown that went unheeded. Others pondered if the Mothman was somehow inextricably linked to the bridge itself, a guardian of thresholds whose presence signified the thinning of the veil between the known and the unfathomable. As we reflect upon the Silver Bridge collapse, we are confronted with the profound resonance of myth within the human experience. The Mothman, a being of shadow and uncertainty, had become a part of the collective consciousness, a figure that transcended mere sightings to touch the very soul of a community in mourning. In the search for meaning amidst the ruins, the legend of the Mothman endures, a haunting reminder of the fragile line between our everyday world and the abyss of the unexplained. In the shadowy corners of Mothman lore, where fact blurs with fiction, a myriad of conspiracy theories have taken root, each offering its own explanation for the creature's enigmatic presence. Some whisper of clandestine government experiments, suggesting that the Mothman was the unintended consequence of a covert operation gone awry. They speak of the TNT area, with its abandoned bunkers and industrial residues, as the perfect crucible for such secretive endeavors, perhaps even hinting at biological or chemical trials that could give rise to such an aberration. Others look to the skies, not in search of the Mothman's silhouette, but for answers of a more supernatural kind. They propose that this being is not of our world, but an interdimensional traveler, slipping through the cracks of reality, its appearances a glitch in the cosmic fabric. These theorists often see the Mothman as a harbinger of doom, a messenger of impending disaster, much like the ill-fated Silver Bridge collapse that followed its sightings. Sifting through these tangled webs of conjecture, one must weigh the plausibility of such tales. Can the Mothman truly be the offspring of human folly, or an otherworldly sentinel warning us of our own fragility? Or is it that in our quest for understanding, we project our deepest anxieties onto the canvas of the unknown, painting the Mothman as the embodiment of our collective fears? As we navigate the labyrinth of speculation, the truth remains as elusive as the shadowy figure at the heart of Point Pleasant's darkest folklore. As the tendrils of the Mothman's tail entwined with the fabric of Point Pleasant, its influence seeped beyond the borders of folklore into the realm of popular culture. The enigmatic creature has inspired authors and filmmakers alike, casting its eerie shadow over pages and screens. The publication of John Keel's The Mothman Prophecies in 1975 and the subsequent film adaptation in 2002 catapulted the legend into the global consciousness, inviting audiences to explore the chilling narrative of the Mothman's haunts. Point Pleasant itself has embraced its spectral resident, hosting the annual Mothman Festival, a celebration that beckons the curious from all corners of the world. Here, amidst the revelry and remembrance, the Mothman's legacy is both honored and examined, its impact on the community a testament to the power of myth. The festival not only bolsters local lore, but also invigorates the town's economy, proving that the Mothman, in its own mysterious way, continues to watch over Point Pleasant. As the years have woven themselves into the fabric of history, the Mothman's shadow has not waned, but has instead grown more enigmatic, with modern sightings keeping the legend alive and pulsating through the veins of Point Pleasant. These contemporary encounters, though sporadic, continue to stir the cauldron of intrigue and speculation. We've journeyed here, to this nexus of myth and reality, to speak with those who keep the Mothman's story burning like a beacon in the night. Local residents, their voices tinged with a mix of skepticism and belief, recount tales that echo the past yet are undeniably marked by the present. They speak of fleeting glimpses, strange occurrences, and an eerie feeling that the Mothman is still among them, watching from the shadows. Enthusiasts, drawn to this town by the siren call of its legend, share their own experiences, their eyes alight with the thrill of the chase. They come seeking the thrill of a brush with the unknown, and in doing so, they weave their own threads into the Mothman's enduring tapestry. As we listen to these narratives, it becomes clear that the Mothman is more than just a creature of the night. It is a symbol of the human desire to connect with the mysterious, to touch the intangible. The legacy of the Mothman is not just in the skies above or in the whispers of the wind. It lives in the hearts of those who believe and in the stories they continue to tell. Here, in Point Pleasant, the Mothman is not just a legend, it is a living, breathing part of the community's identity, an ever-present reminder that some mysteries refuse to be forgotten. As our journey through the shadows of Point Pleasant draws to a close, we are left to ponder the enigma that is the Mothman. This spectral figure, a tapestry of fear and fascination, has become an indelible part of the town's legacy. To the people here, it is more than folklore. It is a symbol of their history, a guardian of their collective memory. The Mothman's story, woven into the very essence of Point Pleasant, reflects our universal allure to the unknown, our innate desire to explore the unexplained. It stands as a testament to the power of myth and the enduring human need to seek answers in the face of mystery. And so, the legend endures, a whisper in the night, an eternal question mark in the annals of the unexplained, forever challenging us to look beyond what we see and wonder what might be.